Go ahead and click record. Is Joomla better than Drupal? Now here's the thing. People always want to ask, is this better? Better is very subjective. It's not objective. So in order to determine if something is better for you, you need to come up with a list of requirements of what you need the system to do. Then you can determine if it's better or not better. So for example, with Joomla, Joomla and Drupal are both easy to install. In terms of design, Joomla has more default themes that you can just either use for free or buy. Drupal, on their hand, not so many themes that you can just download or buy. So you need to have someone who has design experience. You need to hire them and to make it look pretty awesome. Next thing, functionality, for example. Both of them have modules and plugins. In either case, there are thousands of modules, and several do the same thing but differently. So being able to figure out which one is really going to work for you in terms of how you want to present your data and the type of interaction you want to have with your visitors, you need to define that more before you can say, oh, that one's better. You know, it's really a hard thing. I don't have much experience yet on Drupal, so I can't be like, oh, it's so much da da da. I think Joomla and Drupal are much closer together than either of those are to WordPress. WordPress is kind of, it's more simple. A great example would be with Joomla and Drupal, you can display specific modules on specific content pages. So like for example, Barry did that in the Drupal demo where someone, the author of the content, since they were identified as the author, there was specific information that showed up on the side, which like, you know, showed their profile or whatever, read more. Now in WordPress, that's not very easy to do. In Joomla, that is possible to do. So I think Drupal and Joomla are for like websites that require more, you know, you got to switch stuff up on different pages. But if that's not such a big thing, which is the case of most websites, then that's why WordPress is really a great platform. But there is a point when WordPress just can't cut the mustard. So with that, I hope it answers your question. And it looks like you're typing some other stuff over here. Let's see. I am really enjoying that drink. I need to go get another one because those French martinis are quite good. So Web Dev Master, you're saying, I use Joomla for a customer and regret it to this day. I hear you, me too. There's a client, I wish I just put him on WordPress. And I told him that last week and I thought, man, he's going to be like, why'd Adria put me on something that isn't the best? Anyway, long story. Then you're saying, I will be doing Linux RHCE training online and the site just needs to look okay and presentable. So it seems like Drupal was easier. I guess I have to look more at Joomla. Yeah, it depends what you mean by presentable. You know, and it depends what kind of skills you have, you know, for coding HTML, for coding CSS. You know, what can you do, you know, in a text editor? I don't know. Everybody has different skill set. Not everybody is creative. Not everybody can create art, you know, which you need an artistic eye really to create themes and designs. So... And then Holla Wave is saying Drupal is faster in terms of load speeds even with caching. Yeah, and I can certainly agree with that too, that Joomla, especially even more than this content management system, is if you are dealing with a low performance host, like where there's a couple ways. The host could have you on low quality hardware, like they don't, you know, even if it is dual core or quad core or whatever, they just, you know, it just may not be up to par for a lot of different reasons. They could have you on a crowded server. They could have the bandwidth restricted on that server. They could have you on a virtualized server. There are a lot of reasons that you could have performance issues starting at the server level. So it may not actually be the CMS that's causing the problem. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end that video.